Here we are. Gonna commentate on a regular season game. There's a little change of pace. Usually I just do the Super Bowls, but it's a new season. Might as well. I'm gonna try and commentate a little bit more this year or this season. Playing Bobby again. Well, not again, but since the last time we played in the playoffs, I won that game like 48-10, I think was the score. So hopefully we can get something similar in this game. That game, I think I really had Dak and Kurtman in a box. I'll try to I don't know, try and go a little bit deeper into what I like to do or what I see on defense. But I mean, for the most part, it just comes with just seeing plays and understanding what to expect out of formation, because there's certain formations that you see automatically and you know, okay, there's like 2 or 3 plays out of this formation that I see are effective, because it's March. I mean, it's April now, so it's not like you shouldn't see anything in a game that you haven't seen already. So you should know the type of plays that you're going to see. It's just a matter of whether you are prepared to stop the play or whether you're in good defense to stop the play. So that's generally how I go into every game and every situation. And if I see a formation where the strong side is, for individuals who don't know what the strong side is just generally the tight end side. That's the strong side. I generally either shift my defensive line over to the strong side, or crash the defensive line to the strong side, or do both. And that typically slows down the run, because off the jump the defensive linemen, they have leverage going to the strong side, and with guys like Fletcher Cox and Mo Wilkerson, if they can just get leverage, they'll break the block and get on the guy. And same thing with Lynch, although I don't crash him, but it's of a similar value. And right here I just crash the defensive line to the right, just because the tight end is that way. If he runs to the right, if he runs weak side, then it'll be up to me. See, Fletcher Cox, he broke the block, but Kurtman was just fast enough to get through it. So 2-man under here, and I like to, whenever I'm defending the run, I want to force my opponent to run to the weak side, because that's where there are less blockers. And most of the time, when it comes to people in general, they don't like to run to the weak side, because for the same reason I just said it, there are less blockers that way, and it's more cumbersome to run to the weak side. But if you run to the weak side, you can really break. Let's cover one. I like to use this in many situations, because I get the flats covered and I just have to cover the middle. that was on me there. I had to either cover the pass, or if I would have moved to the right to cover the pass, then Dak was going to be wide open to take that first down. I just I gambled. I thought that he would get a little bit antsy, get a little antsy, and end up running. Obviously, he did not. That's a bad throw. Bad throw. That play. Well, that throw was doomed. It was cover 2. There was no one threatening those safeties, so they were both going to converge on the ball. It would have had to have been a perfect throw and low. That was a throw that was doomed as soon as he threw it. First play offense is misdirection, as always. I was hoping he'd take over that safety there. I was going to cut inside of him, but he did not. I usually follow the misdirection with power 0. Okay, I'm going to run this to the weak side. Couldn't get in there. Couldn't fit. I'm going to go with the flood here. I'm going to flip the wide receivers because his safeties, or not safeties, but corners, they're both 90 speed. So if this is cover 3 or cover 4, I'm just going to go over top to Gaines because those corners just can't hang. If this is 2-man under, I'll probably go to the out or the corner route. If it's cover 2, that'll take some time to decide. Alright. Who's hurt? What is it? Okay. Alright. Cover 2 with a blitz. That made the read very easy for me because I just threw to where the guy was. I'm gonna try the toss here, unless he spreads the linebackers. Then I probably won't. I'll just turn into the HB blast. Okay. All right. Never mind. Wait, no, never mind. I'll do it. Toss. It takes a lot of, well, I don't want to say it takes a lot of time, but it takes a lot of trust to expect that block was going to come for me. I could have tried to stick to the outside and try to beat the guy to the outside, but I knew as soon as if I was able to cut, which obviously I was, I knew that I was going to break that. And you know, there are those times where you cut in and then you end up running into your blocker and the play gets blown up. But that was a very instinctive cut, and obviously it worked out. And then the second cut, that was just, it was easy. If he didn't control the user, that would have been I would have just been able to beat the computer or destroy the angle of the computer and beat him to the outside. And so when the user took over, I knew that he wasn't going to know when I was going to cut, so that made it easy for me to cut inside of him. And open field tackles are just very difficult in general. When I'm in the open field, I like to play them inside out. Force them to, if they're gonna cut inside, they're gonna cut right into me, or I'm gonna ankle tackle them. Because generally, I'm not really at a disadvantage speed wise with my players. We'll go with C4 here. This is my favorite time, when I get to watch Lynch and Cox and Sanders eat. It's what, close cross. Oh wow, that was. I thought it was gonna be a good throw. That's just unfortunate. That wasn't close cross either. It was unfortunate. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about Dak against me, but he's. I don't know. All right, this is. I think I'll stick with the counter here. The numbers are okay. What I mean by the numbers, I mean my blockers or expected blockers against where his guys are. So if that was man to man, I probably would have switched that to strong power. Shoot. I made a decision too early in that route what I was gonna do, and I ended up having 3 guys open, and the one guy I wanted to throw to wasn't open, and I ruined the entire play for myself. So this is a 3rd down and 5. It's just X option. This is a really good play for most coverages. I mean, against man-to-man, the slants will be open. Against cover 2, the seam will be open. I think really the only thing that really can stop this is like cover 4 usually. I mean, even versus cover 4, it's difficult because if both the slants come, the play is just tough to stop, especially when you're defending 5 yards. It's a very difficult play to stop. I mean, the only real way to get control of it is to get pressure, and that's a way to stop every pass play. Really, it's pressure. But the problem with pressure is if they read it correctly, you're gonna be beaten on the back end. Alright, I'm gonna send this stretch to the right. Never mind. Send to the left. I just needed a block there from Mr. Gaines. He didn't help me out. That's one of those plays where it makes me miss Matt Jones, because I probably would have just did truck stick and he'd have been fine. But with this new guy, it's different. And there are those plays in which I don't miss Matt Jones, because then I know the guy would have broke. It's just, so if he gets touched, he's gonna go down. The hole was there. I didn't hit it hard enough or clean enough. But I mean, there's those plays where, like the touchdown run, I don't think I would have gotten outside fast enough to set up that block. So that's one of those plays where you don't miss Matt Jones, and I probably wouldn't have been able to cut inside and then break, and then beat the guy for the touchdown. So there's just plays here and there where you really notice the difference, and then there's. I can't really run the same way. I can't do as many of the ISO type plays. Can't really do as many of the ISO type plays with I forget his name. But Matt Jones, it's difficult to trust that you're going to get consistent yards. But the difference is He's one play, one cut, one move away from going for a touchdown. Oh, well. I'm not sure who that guy got caught up on, but yeah. I mean, I would have been all over it. I don't know whether I would have picked it off, but I was reading that play. It's sticky business when you rely on crosses on certain plays. Because if you wait too long to throw the cross, then the corner can run right under it. In that particular play, I don't think that was the case, but because the guy, I'd have to look at it after the game to see see what exactly happened. Because the guy got caught up on somebody, and he ended up slowing down, and then my guy kept moving, and obviously the result was what you saw. No. Same guy. 2 straight plays. Luckiest guy on the field. Bellamy. Oh my gosh. Fumble 6 and pick 6, 2 straight plays. Well, we're gonna have that old awkward moment of any game when they stop the game and put this friggin' "do you want to quit" thing up. It's so awkward in CFM games to see it, because you're beating someone and then they gotta deal with that extra with the game saying, "Hey, you suck," and I don't like that in CFMs, or "you're sucking" rather. I've had it happen to me once, and I felt awful. I felt awful being on the other end of it. Only one time this Madden year I've felt that pain, and unfortunately I came back and won that game, surprisingly enough. But it stinks. Aaron Lynch, Fletcher Cox, they are the reason that my defense plays as well as they do. I have no other explanation for why is they just break blocks. See, I had that safety on curl flat, but he still covered that post route. I think the curl flat is a fantastic zone for whatever reason. I much prefer the curl flat to the what's it called, the purple zone. I mean, when it rains, it pours, it seems. And generally on all pass plays, I switch the outside guys to the curl flat. The stretch is probably my most fun play to run but it's the easiest play to get blown up. Because I mean, it looks great when you pick the right hole, but if you pick the wrong hole or you try to stretch it out and go to the outside, and then you end up losing 3-4 yards. I mean, this game essentially hinged on my defense. They had one big play, running the ball. Aside from that, there's 2 defensive touchdowns. I mean, that's really and truly that is where I win my games. My offense it's extremely boring, that's for certain. It's that way for a reason. It's that way so I don't put myself in a position to make the mistakes to lose the game. I've missed the meter on all my kicks so far, I think. Credit to Bobby so far. He's still stuck to the run. A lot of times when people get down this big, they end up going pass, and it only exacerbates the problems that you have over the course of the game, because you end up throwing another pick, taking another sack, and they're trying to stick to the overall game plan is what you need, because you're not going to get 20 points back in one drive, but you can see what it is that works versus your opponent over the course of one drive, and you say, okay, I see how he's defending this, so I'm going to do this next time. Or geez Louise. Or even, I saw he played man that last third down. If I see man the next third down, I'll know what to call, or just any sort of good thing. In most games, you can usually pinpoint a point in which your opponent broke. I called the wrong play. Oops. Shoot. I don't know how many people watched my last game against Rajesh, but there was a stretch in the game where I think he got a stop on me, and I got a face mask or something like that, and after the face mask I scored on the very next play, and you could tell in that moment, like, he was done with the game. You could tell that, okay, he was done with the game, and he was resigning the game as an L. And then he had a turnover, and right after that he did engage 8. Those are the little things that you can see the mini rage in your opponent, and you know that they're no longer interested, and they're just done with it. And those are the little things that I like to be the reason why that happens in a game. It's a cool moment for me. Not that I want anybody to rage or anything, but it's nice to break your opponent. Oh my, that was, I don't know what he did there. That was a terrible throw. Maybe he led that down, or that was a terrible throw. Maybe Dak just, he misses his boys. Because Lord have mercy. It wasn't a great decision, but it was a bad decision and even worse throw. But so we go on. Ooh, he read it. He read it. Those are the scariest moments when you know that you only have one route on a play and you see the user moving towards it. It's all the scary moments. I mean, I've seen those and I've still thrown it. I've thrown 3 or 4 interceptions on that. I see it and I just don't throw it. I just throw it anyway just because it's stupid. Oh man. Oh man, that should have been a pick. At first I thought Bobby was gonna pick it, and when he didn't, I thought for sure the guy behind him was gonna pick that. But then, of course, naturally, my guy just catches it. So, what can you do, right? Yes. Ah, shoot. That took too long. The goal for this drive is to get Amari Cooper his 400th catch. Hopefully I can get it to them on this play. Nice at the seam. Do like blitz? Oh jeez, what's going on here? Couldn't do it. When I saw the safety line up over top of Cooper, that's when I figured it was going to be a blitz. I knew at least that the slot corner was going to blitz. I didn't know about the linebackers. We'll call the Bucks bunch. Try again to get Cooper's catch. And then run this route, smart route. Try and clear out with gains right here. It might be too short of a distance to clear it out. Oh, shoot. Nice job, Waller. I'll just run this with a straight dive. The right side looks nice. Hopefully I can get that cut back. No, I couldn't. Center, 58. That guy was lined right over top of you. What? Why would you do that? I mean, everybody else was blocked. The center, the center just moved, cleared the way out for the middle linebacker to come out and crush our running back. We don't like to see that. I joked with Bobby yesterday or 2 days ago, saying we'll see if you can get on the scoreboard, and where at halftime is 30-0. That's cool. But I don't try to shut people out. I just play defense. The one pet peeve I have is if I'm shutting you out and the time is running out and you kick a field goal, I really despise that. Like, is 25 or 27-0 any better or worse looking than 27-3? It's just foolish, in my opinion. I've been in games where I've been getting shut out, and you just try to score a touchdown. It's just, that is a pet peeve of mine. Another pet peeve of mine is, throwing elsewhere on a HB screen. Thankfully in R&R that is a rule. You must throw the screen if you call it HB screen. But in other leagues, it's one of my biggest pet peeves, is because in the NFL, that those guys don't have routes, and I understand that in the game they don't make the linemen go downfield like they do in real life. But that being said, you don't call a HB screen with the intention of throwing to the wide receiver. That's just not why you call it. If you wanted to throw to the wide receiver, call a different pass play. But that does not matter for this league, because that is a rule. I played a game yesterday when I had Ford on Larry Fitzgerald, and I think the guy ran like four C routes on me, and Alfred was on every last one of them. I was shocked that happened. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the fact that Alfred is like 7 speeds faster than Fitzgerald, but Fitzgerald is much better route runner. So I was shocked. I mean, he picked off 2 of them for in the game, and I was dumbfounded, because you don't really see corners play the C route the way that he did. I mean, it was cool to see. I'm gonna go with cover 1. Sometimes I send Sanders out on the zone, but I'd rather have him blitzing here. Oh man. These dudes ain't playing, man. This is unreal. Unreal. I gotta get my runs in, or my passes. Nah, didn't want to risk injury. Not when we're just trying to get out of here.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game.
Oh, shoot. That's true. See if we can get that to him. Did you get it? Hallelujah. Way to go, Amari. Congratulations. I don't really know what's left to say at this point for this game. We're just, for the most part, just going through the motions. This is the awkward point in the game where you don't want to be a douche and continue to try and pass or leave your starters in there because you're up by a bunch of points. But at the same time, it's I always feel awkward when it's at this point because I don't know whether I should continue to try and score. And I know G said, like, I forget what the point total is that we're supposed to watch out, but it's just when we're this early in the game and if the lead is how it is, it's difficult to go for the rest of the game just playing backups and essentially just run, punt, run, punt. That sounds like first world problems, though. So it's not really anything to complain about, I guess. In the end, it's just this is what it is. Oh, that was a good cut. That was a good cut. He hadn't done that all game. That was a really good cut. And obviously made me overrun that. There's like 5 or 10 mistakes every game that I make. Whether it's reading the wrong thing, throwing the wrong throw, it's the fact that I'm able to make up for the mistakes or not have the mistakes kill me too bad. Because on that play right there, I made a mistake. I overran the play, but he got like 7 yards on it, so it didn't hurt me too bad, but I did make the mistake. The problem with a lot of my opponents is they make a mistake like oh my god, Did he get the first? He did, didn't he? That was Kurtman fighting. As I was saying, most of the people that end up playing is they make the mistake where they leave a slow corner on my fast wide receiver and they play him up close and they give up a long touchdown, or they call a blitz to the right side and I'm running left to the left, or you know, if they take the wrong angle on the run and give me a touchdown, or offensively is they throw into double coverage, or you know, the bigger mistakes is that's what you really have to limit in really any game. You know, taking a sack is almost always a better option than throwing a bad throw. Or in that play in particular, like if he would have thrown it to either of those guys, that was going to be an interception because I was in front of both of those routes. And so granted it's 3rd and 32 now, but it's better than 1st and 10 with my ball at the 30-yard line, or worse, 47-0 because it'd be pick six. I mean, I say that, but I am just as bad as pretty much anyone because I think that you know, I could fit the throw in there or whatever the case may be. And you know, I've thrown a lot more interceptions since I got Popek, and it's not because he's been bad. It's because I've wanted to throw more over the past season and a half, just because it was time for me to run the ball a bit more, or throw the ball a bit more, I should say. And some have been bad throws, and some have just been throws that I tried to fit in there. But I love this guy Popek because he was undrafted. He was he's like 62 overall when I first got him, and that'll always be the player that's this year more so than anyone else. He'll be the player that I will remember the most because of the fact that I picked him up out of the scrap heap and turned him into one of the best quarterbacks according to his attributes in the league, and it's a fantastic feeling.
So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. They come out here.
Oh, so for sure he got that. That's a good one. Oh no! Screwed me. Look good. Not sure who's up next week. Let's see who. Broncos. Big tax. Okay. Big tax is the reason why I have this running back, so I'll make sure that I thank him properly once we play.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
Here we go! Ohio! Ohio! Check 99! Ohio!
I had the right idea. I just moved back like a fool.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Let's go! 538! 538! Check 93 to Mike, 95!
First down, Prescott. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of the play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
It's gonna be a long... Here we go!
Out of the gun. And the rough afternoon continues.
That front is just disgusting.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get anything.
Just disgusting.
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Let's go!
One thing I like to do on 3rd down is I like to play the corners up close on the wide receivers, unless the wide receiver is much faster than my corner. The reason why I do that is to defend against the curl, or to make the opponent not want to throw the curl. Because if my corner is close enough, it's risky to throw the curl. I mean, in its own right, and because of the curl and the out, those are all really good routes. That's some little heat play. No. Oh my gosh!
Victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame